Welcome to Bone Have a Kid, where we make all of your dreams in the kitchen come true. Today we're flying blind. A friend of ours gifted us a meal in a box for a pork vegetable stir fry. So today I'm going to put my own spin on it, of course. The meal in the box came with this 20 ounces of ground pork, shredded cabbage and carrots, fresh green onions, which I've separated from the whites and the greens, some crispy fried onions. This is a ponzu sauce with soy sauce, rice vinegar, and chili sauce. We have decided to add, and it came with 1 cup of rice. We have decided to add some fresh ginger and garlic to the stir fry. And with all this pork, since I'm the only one in the house that eats pork, since Carrie's a full vegetarian and I eat meat occasionally, I've decided to make pork meatballs for the stir fry. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I've got the pork set up right here. This is a garlic powder that came with the meal in the box. I have the whites of the green onions, because you definitely want these cooked. You can eat the green of the scallion is fine to eat raw, but these if you don't cook the whites, it tends to upset people's stomach. We'll just see about that. I'm going to add 1 raw egg as a binder. I have an exorbitant amount of Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to just add half of that and leave the other half for later. This is half a cup of breadcrumbs. I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup and see if we need the rest of that. Now, I would normally start stirring this with a utensil and then give up, but I'm just going to go ahead and go straight in with my hands. I am going to add that other 1/4 cup of breadcrumb. Carrie?
Yes?
Why did the meatballs tell the spaghetti to go to sleep?
I don't know.
Because it was past bedtime.
Pasta.
Yes, pasta. So for 20 ounces of pork, I'm looking at, 8 to 10 meatballs. Let's try to go for 8. So I'm going to pull off about 1/8 of that. Give it a gentle roll. Smack it around a little. Now, when you smack your meat around, you know there's going to be air gaps in your meat, and when you smack it around like that, it tends to get the air out, so you won't have bubbly meat. It'll be a lot more otherwise. Naturally, I've got my glass casserole dish here, parchment paper, meatball number 1.
What do you get when you smack your meat around?
Bruising and subdermal hematomas and contusions. That's been my experience.
Stroganoff?
Hey, Carrie.
Yes, dear.
How did the meatball chef get fired?
I don't know.
He was caught stroganoff.
Oh my gosh. That's
gosh.
editing.
It's terrible.
That will be.
For the outtakes. These look fantastic. I can't wait. I'm going to wash the heck out of my hands and then pop these into our 350 degree oven for 20 minutes to start. It'll probably take 25. Now that our meatballs are in, we're going to start our rice. in with almost a full cup of rice. We're going to throw that into a small pot. 1.5 cups of water. Give it a quick stir with a fork to break up the rice, or else the starch will. The rice immediately starts to release starch, which will cause it to stick to the bottom of the pan. So we're going to give that a quick stir. Throw that on a high heat. Once that comes to a boil, we're going to put it down to a simmer. We're going to put it down to a simmer and let it simmer for a slow boil for about 15 or 20 minutes. We add a little pinch of salt to the rice. It's about to boil. All right. On medium high. About 1.5 tablespoons of cooking oil in the bottom of my wok. We're going to start with the ginger and the garlic. Such a small pot that's already come to a boil. So we go all the way down to simmer. That's it. Leave it alone for about 15 minutes. Hey Carrie, I know you don't eat pork, but when will people stop eating ground pork?
I don't know.
Maybe when pigs start to fly.
That's probably true.
I want to toast the garlic. Throw all the broccoli in, which we added at Carrie's request. Added to the recipe.
That's my protein. Broccoli is loaded with protein. The stem as well.
See, when the broccoli cooks, it releases its own moisture, which will thin that sticky ponzu sauce and soften up the broccoli itself. Keep rolling it over till you feel the broccoli start to soften up. Soften or soften?
Tomato.
What do you say? Say soften.
Soften.
Soften. To that, we will apply all of the red cabbage and carrots.
Fiber.
Looks like health.
Beautiful colors.
Apply just a little bit more of that sauce, about another third. I'm going to go ahead and bring that down to the lowest simmer. And add add the rest of this ponzu. Everybody's sitting there. Everything else finishes cooking. So I'm gonna turn the heat off on that.
Yeah, you don't want to boil out the vitamin C in the broccoli.
I don't want to overcook our red cabbage. Our carrot shreds either. We got a lot of carrots. I'm Carrie. Does that look like something you would like to eat?
Yes, sir.
Me too. This rice finished half those vegetables. Turn the heat off on the rice. Leave the lid on and just let that sit off of the heat until it finishes. So we added a shredded carrot to our stir fry. I've just had this on another little bit of medium heat. This is exactly what we're looking for. I like the look, I like the smell. And we're gonna leave that there. Now, these meatballs were taking too long. So I upped the temperature to 400, and boy did that get their attention. And then I left them in for another 10 minutes. So this is 35 minutes, half at 350, half at 400. So let's say 35 minutes at 375. Now because we don't have a meat thermometer, if you have a meat thermometer at home, just plug it in, and if the center of your meatball is 165, you're done. You're perfectly done. I'm just gonna slice into this little bugger. I can already tell by the texture that that's completely done. There's no pink, there's no distinction, there's no rind that's cooked, it's perfectly cooked in the center, fully cooked, so those meatballs are done. And let's do a presentation. For today's purposes, said she would prefer a bowl. I would prefer a plate. Well, you didn't get that on camera, did you? Vegetable down. And you smell that ginger.
Mm-hmm.
This is our treatment of the meal in a box that we got from a blessed friend. Thank you for blessing us. We will ask you to hit like, subscribe, leave any recipes you'd like to see us make in the future in the comments below. As always, good luck and God bless. Since we're not afraid of making mistakes, I forgot the garnish. I've got the greens of the scallion. I can always plug this in before the finish. And these crispy fried onions that were sent along with the package are going to nestle on the top of our bird's nest. And this is beautiful. I'm really looking forward to it. And these meatballs, oh my gosh, you guys, you gotta try this at home. Suck you up. Look in that bowl later.
With Bon Appetit. Recording. Good morning.
Welcome to Bon Appetit. Welcome to Bon Appetit, where we make all of your dreams in the kitchen come... Oh, did that fold up when I... Well, silence on the set. Quiet on the set.
I see a shadow on you, but I don't think there's anything we can do about that. Okay, dear.
Welcome to... Welcome to Bon Appetit, where we make all of your dreams in the kitchen come true. This week, we have been gifted a meal in a box from a friend.
You started thinking of the song Meal in a Box?
A meal in a box? You know the song. You know what I'm talking about. These look fantastic. I can't wait. I should have put salt and pepper in the mix. Okay. Let's walk and roll.